Welcome back to my kitchen garden. So I've been at work the last couple of days, but I've now got 3 days off. So that's ample time for me to get all my onions and garlic planted. But I'm also going to get my gigantes down. If you watch my previous video, you'll realise by now that they had all cross-pollinated with a run of beans. So I've got quite a few pods on the plants that are still green, they're just not drying off. So I'm going to cut my losses, I'm going to remove them all, pod them up, and I'll put them in the freezer. Yeah, it's dry, my roof hasn't leaked, I'm really pleased about that. So the treatment that I gave it last week seems to have worked. So I'm going to sit and enjoy my coffee. Paddy's down here. And I'm going to get the gigantes down, as I've already explained. The ones that I harvested, which you saw last time, it was really nice. I made a mixed bean style shepherd's pie, cheesy shepherd's pie, with the beans. Oh, it was really, really nice. So, despite the fact that they'd cross-pollinated, they looked like runner beans, but they were huge, like gigantes. It was a nice combination. They were really tasty, so that made a nice meal. But yeah, digressing. I'm going to get the rest of them down, salvage what I can, get the trellis down, and then I've got a clean slate to start planting up all my onions and garlic. But I made a decision this year that I'm going to grow more than I have in previous years, because I use quite a lot of onions in cooking and they're not lasting the season. So I've got an extra 50 onion sets this year, and I've got 4 garlic bulbs rather than 2. So I'm just cooking a traditional beef stew and dumplings, and I've just picked these. So I think these are the Nance 5. So I've come in the kitchen because it's actually getting quite chilly out there and the lighting's not very good. So this is everything that I've picked. I have no idea what I'm going to find when I open them up. Well, these are not what I was expecting, and I've only got 5 white beans and they're really quite small. And I thought, just for comparison, this is a true runner bean and this is a cross-pollinated gigante. Look at it, it's huge. Well, it's not a bad day today. We've got quite a lot of sunshine. It's about 16 degrees, which is really, really pleasant. And I've been pottering about in the garden. So far today, I've just tidied up the whole of the rows, which was getting very, very top heavy and straggly. I'm just finishing my coffee, but I've done a few other little tidying up jobs. But what I'm going to do now is I think I need to get this onion and garlic in. This bed here is going to have the garlic and the red onions, and the brown onions are going to go in this particular bed. Now what I need to do is work out how I'm going to protect them from the allium leaf miner. Now I've been growing onions for decades, never ever had to net them, but the problem is the allium leaf miner is so prevalent now that you can almost guarantee that your crops are going to be attacked. So netting is imperative. They're active in the spring, sort of March, April time, and again in September to the end of November. So you've just got to assume that they're around and act accordingly. So with that in mind, I'm going to come around here. I've got all my netting. I need to go through that and sort out what I'm going to use. I've got some tubing and some ties. Now that's definitely going to fit the smaller bed. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this bed, but we'll come to that in time. So look at the size of those. Good size. So I'm going to break them up. So there's 6 cloves in that bulb. So plant them about 4 inches apart. This is the root end, that's the end that goes in the ground, pointy bit sticking up, and you want to plant them at least twice the depth, the size of the clove. This one's got more bulbs. This one has got, let's have a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 10 bulbs on this one. So this is the red winter. So I'm not actually planting them at the moment, I'm just spacing them to see what room I've got. But again, these are going to go about 4 inches apart, and there's 50 in this bag, and they all look pretty healthy. So if we get the bag open, okay, I might not have mentioned last winter, I bought some onion sets online, and when they arrived they were a bag of 50, and there was only 12 that were viable. The rest were all mouldy. These look pretty good. So now the difference between the onions and the garlic is the garlic cloves you bury, and with the onions they need only sit within the surface. So make sure the root base has good contact with the soil, and this end is pointed upwards where the shoots will form. I've just realised I'm going to have to lift and move this chard. I'm going to carry on with the germador, and then I'm going to put the onions in the bed behind me. There is nothing on this planet that makes me swear more than netting. I absolutely hate netting. But this cover is almost done. There's 2 lots of onions in there. So that side is the Autumn Champion, and this side is the Senshi. I've put 2 little canes on the far side, just so I know which is which. This net I think is a little bit big, but I'm going to make it fit best I can. So this bed's got the red onions, and at the top end is the topodrome garlic, and this end is the germador. So I'm just going to plant these garlic up. I can't fit a netting over this bed. I haven't got a piece big enough, so I'm just going to lay it over the top for now, and I'm going to have to get some. So I just need to cover these up. It's very autumnal today, but I'm pleased with the garden. I feel an optimism, especially after taking down all the summer crops. The garden started to look very bare. Everything was dying back, but now it's filling up again. The broccoli and cauliflower are doing really well. They're getting quite big now. The leeks are becoming established as well now. I put them in a few weeks ago, and they're thickening up a little bit. So all my onions are in, and garlic. I've still got 2 tubs of carrots. Now this bed over here, this is where I'm going to be sowing my broad beans. That'll be in the next few weeks. And then I think I shall remove these potato tubs. They might go in the greenhouse for storage. but I think I'm going to put my save strawberry runners in here, and that means every bed is filled then. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased. So I'm Annie, and this is my kitchen garden.